between the New York Rangers and the Nashville Predators. What do you guys have predictions for this game?
It's
Man,
a
I
tough
I
one.
think Nashville's gonna win the first one at least.
Oh, throwing shade already.
I'm gonna
They're down
say
3-1. They got it.
I
I'm
mean, the
gonna say
hardest
Nashville's
game
gonna
to win is usually the closing game, so I definitely think Nashville is gonna give it their all. I could see this going 7 still.
Oh yeah, me too.
I think Nashville's gonna win by a couple goals in this one, and then no matter how long the rest of the series is, they're both gonna be both or either just one game. It's gonna be a 1-goal game.
So just to run through the lineups real quick, because we got started right as the game started. We got TB and DMB on offense, Taze and Cap on defense, and Mitzel and net for New York. So Taze is back. And for Nashville, we have Tony and Jerry on defense now. So Tony is swapped with Zam, who's now playing left wing alongside Crab. So it'll be interesting to see how that role swap goes. Seems
Well,
like a bit of a
as we already
desperation
see
move.
right there, Tony Flo's already joining the offense. We got Sam on defense, so
I'm
I mean,
sure we'll see that a lot.
yeah, that's kind of the benefit, I guess, of it is that they're able to rotate like that. But it is an interesting choice for Zam to do this.
Well, I think part of the problem with making that swap today is going to be that they've been playing the last 2
Yeah.
months in that same position. So they're naturally going to play different situations as if they were in their normal respective
Right.
roles. And I think it'll take at least a game or two for them to really start to get used to, okay, I have to be in this position in this situation rather than being back in my own zone or whatever the deal is. Because I mean,
Oof.
even here, still Zam back with Tony now, and you've got Jerry up. So, but that has
Yeah.
been one of the strengths of Nashville all season is they rotate very well for each other.
I mean, Tony's playing up a lot. Maybe their strategy is just off the face-off. They're setting positions that are different. I don't know. It's
I was under the impression that Zam was the left wing.
yeah, I don't know.
A lot of
Crazy.
attempted shots here, but nothing's gone on net so far.
Oof, nice block.
DB gonna get possession here in the Nashville zone. Makes it around 1.
Oh,
That was a really nice move, though.
yeah, really nice move. Even better save by Q there.
Very nice. York
Ooh,
still with possession.
another
Oof.
chance.
They've been able to tip that in. Oh, that would have been frustrating. Nashville definitely has to get the first goal in this game. I don't think they can surrender the first goal and give up momentum to New York. I think if they do that, it's
Put
almost a
so much
lost cause.
pressure on them if they go down early.
Yep. Well, Mitzel looked like he wanted to come out to play that. Tony with a shot.
What?
Oh,
How
I
did
think
that
that was
stay out?
I think that was Cap. I think Cap saved that. Wow. Tony's going to be furious after that one. If he had got a little more on that, that was definitely going in, but it was just slow enough that I think Cap was able to get back.
Oh,
And-
There he is.
Oh,
top chatter.
that is heartbreaking. What honestly should have been a goal going Nashville's way turns into a goal for New York. How many times does it seem like that happens? One team gets a quality scoring chance, doesn't finish, then the other team scores immediately afterwards.
Well, I think what often happens on that is you kind of just off the
Oh,
post.
man.
Clears it.
No.
You're kind of expecting your team to score a goal, so you
Yeah,
forget
they
what you're doing
overcommit.
for a second, and then you get caught like sleeping, and they score on you. And oh,
Oof.
Oh, what
That's
a
big.
save.
he's made some clutch saves already, and still had one on the other end. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a close call there.
Nashville's got to find a way to clear their zone here.
Might need to just dump it out because definitely struggling right now.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is very dangerous. All right, they have to clear this out here. Be careful of the forecheck. Looks like he's going for a long shot on this one.
Oof.
Nice try.
Oh!
Oh!
I looked like he got tip, but I guess not.
I
That's a weird
Might have
think
been a
it
New
bounce.
got
York
tipped
player.
off of a New York player. Yeah,
Maybe.
it's either that or it bounced weirdly off the ground, but it looked pretty flat. But oh man, that is huge.
Oh, big save.
I know Kiwi's got to be feeling the pressure right now. I spoke with him yesterday, and he was talking about how he really didn't want to be the one to give up the first goal. So, getting one goal back from this team definitely eased that, but high game again.
Well, I mean, that was huge of Zam too. He kind of slowed down the pace, got control of the puck in their zone, and skated it out instead of just kind of slinging it around the boards, which is what they
Yeah,
were doing, and it kept going to New York stick. So
I was a little worried he was going to skate too far into the boards
yeah,
and let DMB get a chance to block the
it was
shot, but
real close to being blocked.
oh man.
That was close right there.
Like, was that Tony or Zam getting a body in there to try to keep TB off that? Either way, nice effort there from Nashville to prevent what would have been a pretty quality scoring chance. Great block. Like we
Crab
might have
with
a
a good
chance going the other
opportunity
way.
here. Oh, good block. Yeah.
I think Cap was actually a little flat-footed there. If Crab had tried to sell that a little bit, I think he would have been
Yeah.
able to make it out and around him. But hard to realize all that in the heat of the moment. DB should be able to pick this up. He's got DMB in the same boards. DMB
Oh,
takes a shot. A great one though. He was able to turn that aside easily. And it's Ben Ruff is here.
You
Waiting
think
for a
he's gonna
spot.
hop in?
Joining now. Oh, and unfortunately he leaves. What
Well,
a shame.
didn't
well, I didn't
expect
see an
that.
empty spot, so.
Thought Nashville might put him in.
Nashville gonna get possession here. Sam with it again. Back around to Tony. Not really too many options at the moment. They're keeping 3 people pretty deep in the zone right now, which is really limiting the breakout options here. Like to see them be a little bit more aggressive and give their defensemen
Yo.
other options.
Ooh. I think Crab probably should have just tried to take a shot on net there and just get it deep into the zone.
They needed a bit more separation. They were too close
Yeah.
together. Couldn't really do anything with that pass.
Yeah, it seemed like that whole breakout sequence was a little sloppy for Nashville. They're a little confused. Definitely aren't playing to the level that we saw from them for the majority of the regular season, but I do think they're playing a bit better than they were on Sunday. So
Just
that does
seems like
bode well.
they're not able to really get any kind of sustained pressure in New York zone. It's like every time it gets into New York zone, it's and here we go, opportunity, but that's broken up. But yeah, it seems like they're getting it in deep on New York, but then New York just instantly brings it back the other way and starts to generate pressure. So neither team really having a ton of opportunities this period, but it seems like it's mostly been in Nashville's side of the ice.
For sure, and that's kind of been an issue for Nashville all series long, other than the very first, or I guess second game, right? Game 2 is when they won 4-0. But other than that game, they've had a really hard time generating offense. I think between the 2 games on Sunday, they had 8 or 9 shots total on net, which is very uncharacteristic of them. And it wasn't even just the lack of shots on net, it was the lack of just possession in the offensive zone like you were speaking about. I mean, they weren't even getting chances to take shots.
I mean, D-Man Jerry did a nice job there, stepping up and breaking that up, forcing a turnover. But again, they just pretty quickly lose control, and New York's just breaking out kind of as they please right now.
Interesting to see there too that again on that play, Zem was very far back with Tony sort of hesitating there in the middle,
Ooh.
almost like he wasn't sure if he was supposed to forecheck or be back
Right.
on defense. I think you can tell that it's been a little confusing for them. It's a good drop pass by Tony. It's going to give Crab a chance.
Oh.
Fortunately, couldn't get it. Crab with it now. He's got Zam in the middle.
Oh.
That would have been nuts.
That would have been monstrous play.
Circus shot.
So Nashville with a chance to reset now. We'll see if they can generate something here. He's got 2 options. Hitting with
There
it.
we go. A cross pass option. The wait's a little bit too long on that. If he immediately went across to Jerry, he had him open.
Yeah. Another thing that I think Guy pointed out on Sunday when we casted is Nashville seemed like they're hesitating and taking
Yeah.
too much time with a lot of their chances,
Just seem like they're kind of thinking too much right now, not just
not just playing.
yeah, which is what they all season. They just seem to flow pretty well in their rotations and puck movement, and not seeing it quite as much right now.
Unfortunate bounce here is going to lead to a chance for New York, but good job breaking that up by Crab.
Move.
Got a 1-on-2 here.
Kind of push it a little too far ahead of himself there. Would have been tough to get a shot off regardless, but tough break. And I mean, again, there weren't really a ton of chances either way, but I still think New York's got to feel good about how that period went. It seemed like they had probably more quality chances and more time in the offensive zone, so
They're definitely winning the possession game for sure, and it seems like they're playing the neutral zone much better than Nashville. So like every time as the puck is in the neutral zone, it's either in possession of a New York player or they're pressuring it very well.
yeah.
So
Ooh, nice block there by TV. Of course, the turnover, DMB sends it back around. TV is now gonna have it in the corner. Tries to get it to DMB. Oh, that almost landed on his stick, even though there's two red guys there to break it up. Nice pass across from Crab, and he's got a backhand opportunity. Nice block by Taser. Put up to DMB.
he received that pass a little too tight to his
Yeah.
body, it forced him to slow down, and that difference in time is what prevented him from being able to get a quality shot off there. The little things that make the difference, especially at this level and this position. An elimination game in the finals.
Just seems like New York's playing a lot. Oh, and great opportunity there. Shoots it wide. They seem to be playing with a little less nerves and like a calm confidence to them, not doing anything crazy really, just making simple plays and generating some offense.
Yeah. Only getting forechecked down here. DMB is gonna have a chance.
Good body.
Great bud.
Sam gets it up to Crab. Now he might have a chance, but it picks off his stick.
A little trouble fighting the puck there. Oh, that chance. Just over 3 minutes now.
Up to Tony, but Taser. No, it goes wide. I don't think Mitzel got a piece of that. Another shot.
That was wide.
New York's doing a decent job getting to the Nashville's point and not letting him take clean shots right now, which Nashville, at least in our series, was able to get some chances that way, and pretty much all season, both Sam and D. Cherry have been able to generate good scoring opportunities from the point.
It really doesn't seem like Zam has been up a whole lot.
Yeah, he really hasn't. He's been back a ton.
It's hard when you're playing against TV and DMB though. I mean, you let them pass you one time, it could be a goal, and with the 1-1.
That's a good chance though.
Nice opportunity. Oh! I
Sam
think he got a piece
off
of that.
Mitzel's stick.
Yeah, I think he got a piece of it, but it just dropped right in. That could be a huge goal here. Oh, that almost got redirected right on that.
That is huge. So
Nashville,
they gotta hold on 2.5
at this
minutes.
point, they just have to play smart, get in deep, and try not to give up any good opportunities. Easier said than done against this New York team.
The good news is for New York, they're not really in any sort of panic situation.
Right.
I mean, they got 3 games to play with here, so even if they lose this one, it really isn't that big of a deal. I wouldn't really start to get worried until Game 6. If Game 6 doesn't go well for them, then you got to start to question it. But
I mean, I don't even think. Oh, I guess the only roster move they could potentially consider if they want to would be Austin, I guess. But I think you're right that you just keep playing the way they've been playing, because they've definitely played well enough in this game to win it. Just
for sure, yeah. Some unfortunate bounces on some of Zam's shots.
Ooh. Opportunity here. Was that off the post?
That was
That
off
was
the
right off the
post,
post,
yeah.
yeah.
That would have been
Shit.
crazy if that went in. Oh man. Good shot by Taser Low to get it towards the net, and another one goes high. Low tries to center it, hits Zam. Oh, unable to handle that pass, but
Over a
good
minute
read
now.
there. Now we got a minute left. Kreb forechecking. Taser circling back to pick it up. Tries to get it to DMB, unable to connect. It's kind of sitting there. And down to the wire here as Cap takes a shot that goes wide.
Thing to note, New York has not got a shot on net in over 5 minutes of ice time now.
Yeah, they've definitely struggled. They've had their chances, but yeah, they're not really challenging Kiwi right now. Oof.
Now it seemed like
Jeez.
about halfway through the second, New York's offensive pressure really started to drop off as
Yeah.
Nashville started to get into it, and it's been not all Nashville, but definitely
Yeah,
majority them so
this
far.
third period definitely way more time in New York zone than we saw the first two
One
periods.
last chance here.
There we
It says
go.
out of
10
the net.
seconds. Tries to center it. It's just sitting there. There could be a shot opportunity. Oh, clutch clear there, and that should seal the deal.
Yeah,
There was a shot opportunity potentially if he could get there, but I think either Crab or Zam cleared that. So now it's what, 3-2 New York.
yeah, it's 3-2 New
3-1
York.
lead.
Pressure's
It's
building.
crumbling.
Gonna take the 5, it looks like. They're scared. No, I mean, I think like you said, New York shouldn't really feel too much pressure yet. Obviously, should start to be playing with a little bit more of a sense of urgency. I think it's almost like their confidence and calmness led them to become almost lazy or lackadaisical in that third period, where they just weren't generating much pressure. They didn't really have any clean shots on net. They did have a few
DMB was kind of
opportunities
just
for
like back skating around the net. Wasn't a fan of that.
yeah, they did have a few opportunities for like tip-ins and redirections, but not a ton of clean opportunities. And give credit to Nashville for making that the case, because they definitely. I mean, the whole game Nashville played pretty well defensively. It's just the third period they finally started to generate some more offense and put pressure on New York.
Which was a huge difference in how that third period played out. I mean, it seemed like they really were playing with a lot more confidence in themselves at that point. And you could see it made a huge difference in the way that they were actually able to perform and start getting not a whole lot of shots on net. Still wasn't a whole lot of offense, but more possession,
Well, and
which
I mean, what was their conclusion on what the positions were? Because it did still seem like Tony was playing up pretty
I
often, and
I
Zam
meant
was.
to I meant to check at the start of the third and after the goal was scored, who was playing where, and I did not actually think to do it by the time we
Yeah,
got there.
I don't
So,
know. It still seemed like to me, from what I saw, that Tony was still playing forward and Zam playing defense. But Sam did end up notching both the goals. I think they're both unassisted too, which for this Nashville team, that's pretty unusual. It's usually Tony to Crab or Crab to Tony, at least a lot this season.
yep,
They're not a team that really gets many unassisted goals because they're usually little short centering passes where a lot of their offense comes from. But Zam doing a lot of damage from the neutral zone in that game, skating it out of the zone and taking shots, and that's kind of hard to defend. That's often the forward's responsibility to prevent Zam from doing that. Definitely something him and like KSAto all season cause trouble for teams to defend. So it should be interesting, and that's why I kind of think it makes more sense to keep Zam on defense than as a forward, because if you have anyone on Nashville could probably do that, settle down the puck in their zone, skate it up, and create some offense that way.
yep,
Because New York's a team that once the puck starts, I mean, both these teams, like once they're in possession in the offensive zone and the puck's kind of just swinging around the boards and they're generating chances from all over the place, that's usually when they found a lot of success. So having a defenseman that can kind of slow it down and just control the puck and get it out, I think would really help both of these teams.
And both teams have shown the ability to do that. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of which one, I think at this point, honestly, just which one shows up and plays better. And I know that sounds dumb, but like
Thanks.
they're clearly both capable of winning games here. So
Thing
whichever
is,
team comes out and is able to execute, and that was a huge problem for Nashville. They did not execute in the first 3-4 games of the series where they're missing passes all over the place, especially really cut down on their ability to gain any sort of offensive zone time or pressure. And that still kind of continued to an extent in that game. But we saw, as we pointed out earlier, as the game went on, they really were able to build that up more and start to actually come out of the neutral zone with possession of the puck still, rather than just having to throw it in or getting it stripped off their stick or something like that. So it looked like Cap and Taze had a little bit of a harder time dealing with it as they sort of found their footing and worked through some of the nerves.
yeah, I mean, Nashville's definitely a team that kind of relies pretty heavily on pretty coordinated work in general. They usually rely on passing plays to generate offense. Where that last game again, it was kind of just Zam putting shots on net, doing it by himself. They weren't doing their typical Nashville type of offense.
It's actually kind of reminiscent of the style that New York has really been playing, which they played an adapted version of it when Taze wasn't there. But they're pretty much just having the defensemen skate up with it a little bit and then rip it in deep and have the forwards forecheck it or
Crash,
try to get
yeah.
rebounds and
I mean, that's
see
the
if they
thing.
can
New
generate offense that way.
York's the type of team that doesn't quite rely on like having perfect passing and positioning. Once it's in their zone, TV and TMB can just kind of generate offense off deflections and missed opportunities. So I can see why Nashville may have struggled the first few games if they just weren't connecting on their passes. I mean, DMB is always a threat when he has the puck on his stick. So, and I think that's got to be Nashville's primary responsibility still is to make sure they don't let DMB beat them single-handedly and force the other guys on New York to chip in order for them to win the game. I just think you have to make sure you don't let DMB single-handedly skate through your team and score goals.
And for the most part, they've done a pretty good job at that. I think he's only had 1 or 2 goals like that in this series.
Yeah, I
I
mean
think
TB's
2.
played fantastic in the playoffs, and the
Yeah.
defense have chipped in too. So, but I think you still just gotta stick with that philosophy of DMB still being the first guy you're prioritizing. Hope that TB or the other guys get cold or just have an off night.
Well, it looks like
So they
it's hard to say that
forfeit
New
the
York had an off night because I mean, for a lot of the game, it looked like that they were the better team out there.
right. No, I'm not saying that they are having an off night. I'm saying I think you take away
I think
DMB and hope the other guys don't have a good night or whatever. Like force TB and Taser and the other guys to be the ones that beat you and try and neutralize DMB if you can.
yeah.
Oh, I think I would approach it at least.
Got any closing thoughts on Game 5 or predictions for Game 6?
I don't really like making
I
predictions to be
of
honest, but I
this one,
think
if
I'm sorry,
New
BG. I said Guy. I don't
I
remember
know, but
saying
I have a
BG.
question. If
Don't
Nashville
don't
wins this
remember.
one, do you think New York will be able to like handle it, or do you think they
I
have
think
the
so, yeah.
Boston effect and sort of fall apart?
No, I don't think they're gonna fall apart at all, but I think that if Nashville wants to win this series, it's largely dependent on Zam. I think, as you guys are saying, New York's strong suit is their forecheck, and Zam's the one. He's like the one player on Nashville that can skate in his own zone and feel comfortable with the puck and avoid DMB and TV and still be able to break the puck out. So we'll see if he can
Oh
stand up
crap!
to the
They
pressure.
changed sides. I was
Yeah.
confused for a second. Now we have Nashville in blue and New York is red. Did anyone see off the face-off what Nashville had set up?
I
Third
did.
position.
Tony is on left wing, so
Okay.
I have to go back and verify if that was the case for last game. But I mean, in the scrims, so I was part of the scrims ahead of time, and I know BG you were at the very end there too. And the whole point of those scrims was not just to warm them up, but to also try out Zam
Yeah.
at left wing. And for the first game we played, it went very well for them. Second game, not as well, and I'm not sure if that second game is what caused them to say, screw it, let's go back.
Oh, an opportunity here for Jerry. Oof, nice block. I think he probably needed to shoot that right as he got to it. That
Tough with the
block made.
ping to
Yeah.
try to one-time those from the point. As a
Well,
guy can tell you, with normal ping, those are tough.
Yeah, I don't understand how Jerry scores so many of those.
He's very consistent with getting at least a puck on the net. This is not an easy thing to do at all from that point, so.
It's definitely something that's been underutilized in this series. I think it's a good way to generate offense.
Yeah, both these teams like to pass to the center. It's a huge staple of Crab and Tony and has been for the last 2 seasons. And it's something that DMB and TB have been able to sort of develop here over the last couple weeks as they've played together. So some
New York right
random
now.
interesting trivia for you. If New York wins, this is I believe the first 4th seed to ever win the finals. And it's
I
also the
was
first
wondering
team with
that.
a losing record in the regular season to ever win the finals.
If Chicago would have made it, it would have been the 3rd versus the 4th seed.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's ever happened.
that has not. The first seed has only ever not made the finals twice, and that was this season
Oof.
and season 7.
That was a pretty clutch play there by Taser to break up that centering pass. DMB. Oh,
Oh, what a
save by
save.
Kiwi. Oh my god. Tough
Wow.
one to swallow for DMB. Put it nice shot on net, and Kiwi just denied him.
And
Ben
Ben Ruff's
Ruff.
back, and here he is. This is what I expected during game 1.
Oh, shot.
Off the crossbar. Oh no.
What? How did that not go in?
Tony's gonna be kicking himself. He put
Should
that
have
just
definitely
wide.
been a goal. Still kind of flubbed that, but it's still sitting there and able to clear it out. That that was pretty crazy.
Not gonna pass judgment on him. I'm sure it was spinning or something stupid.
I mean, it's tough when you don't expect the puck to be there, and then all of a sudden you have to stop whatever it was that you were doing and try to come back and make a play on it.
Yeah, those type of plays can make you look bad.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, he's definitely going to want it back because you know he's capable of scoring that.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Here's an opportunity for New York. 2-on-1, basically. 2-on-2. Shot goes wide. Not much on that one.
Good of DMB to take the shot there, though. I don't think he could have gotten the pass through.
I think if he had gone for it right away, he might have been able to get it across the TB, but then you're putting TB in a similar situation with a lot of pressure, and he's on the backhand.
I
and
think
the
ideally,
pass
though,
back would have been covered too.
DMB probably should have tried to shoot it more towards the center of the net just so that TB could have gotten a possible rebound, but obviously
that's generally a good strategy, right? Shooting it on net. I think his shot actually would have gone into the post if Kiwi didn't touch it. So
no, I think it was going bottom right corner. I think if he didn't save it, but I'm just saying he didn't really put it in a spot where the rebound would have gone.
Yeah.
Sure, that wasn't his intention on this shot.
Should have calculated those angles a little better.
Yeah. Oh.
Man.
That could have been dangerous right there.
Yeah.
They're on Crab. Gets a shot on net, I think.
Goes wide, but yeah, you got it down there, which is good. The pressure is what matters.
Uh-oh. Here's a big opportunity for DMB in the center. Shoots.
Oh!
Oh my gosh. That is not a play you would expect to see from DMB. Oh my god. Nashville.
That was good on Kiwi to pressure him there. I think that might have been
this is what happens when you're trying to close out a series. Everything just seems a little bit harder. I mean, this should definitely be a 1-0 game or even a 1-1 if you include that other missed opportunity earlier in the period. I'd say it's a pretty even period overall, though. A lot more opportunities for both teams, it seemed like, compared to the first game.
Definitely. I think it was a good point by Guy. Kiwi coming out there to play that, I think was just enough to cause DMB to rush it.
Yeah,
And he didn't get a chance to really think and set
I
his stick
agree.
angle appropriately. So, but Nashville
Oh,
with
nice
two
block.
huge breaks on that one clutch save from Kiwi early on, and then that second play there, DMB shooting it into the crossbar.
There's gonna be an opportunity for Tony.
Oh!
Oh, it looks like it got slightly deflected off the defender's stick. Great passing opportunity from D-Man to Tony, and Tony rips it on net. I don't think Mead had much of a chance on that one. It looked like it kind of physicsed into the net.
A great backhand shot though there.
Yeah.
And
Ben
pretty
Rupp
Up
tight
liked it.
too.
angle. It was they did a good job there. Tony and Crab kind of stacked one side, so the defender had to choose between Tony or Crab, and it left Tony open on that one. Interesting to see if they try and do more of that, as it definitely opened Tony wide open for that opportunity.
See it start to develop now. Nashville's really starting to get into it at this point, which is definitely going to be concerning for New York once they're able to win the first game, get that out of the way. And now, with the way this game has gone so far, really mostly in Nashville's favor.
Oh, wow.
As I say that, they add
Holy.
to their lead.
That's a
It's
nice
one of the points I
little
was going to
chip
make.
there. Not,
Crab and Tony hesitating a lot in the last few games, and honestly, they just need to shoot. They're both capable of just putting the puck on net from anywhere. So
Yep.
that's really, those two shots were not easy shots, but still they got them on net.
oh, and another opportunity almost, and gets it back.
Oh man,
He almost wrapped that in. That was pretty sneaky
I
right
think
there.
he wrapped that into the post there. I think he was a
Yeah.
little too far behind the net to get it on, but still, any
Pressure is
pressure is good
all.
pressure. So
Yeah, and Nashville's piling it on right here. And that's what I mean. They did to us in the first series. Is they would have spurts where they were just generating a ton of offense. I think they've kind of overcome this mental block. It seems like that they've had against this team for whatever reason. Now they're starting to play like the way they did most of the season.
well, this is what it looked like in game two after they got shelled in game one, 6-2. They came back and beat them 4-0. And then since then, Nashville's really struggled to play against this team in this style for whatever reason. And so I'm still a little concerned that if next game doesn't start well, or if this game starts to go more in favor of New York, as it's doing right now.
Big
A
block by
Huge block
Sam
from
on
Sam.
that. That was clutch. A goal
Yeah.
there would definitely have put the pressure back on the Nashville.
And I was just saying, I'd be a little concerned if that does start to happen because, I mean, this is only a 2-goal lead and we're still sort of on a knife's edge here. If New York gets one back, especially before the end of this period, then Nashville will be feeling the pressure to maintain
Yeah.
their lead.
And now basically a 2-on-1 opportunity here. Grab on his backhand, looking to take the shot. Oh, nice block by Cap. Probably waited maybe a tiny bit too long to take that shot, but still a good opportunity.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Cap, somebody who's not really known for his ability to play defensively, and he had his stick in the perfect spot there. It's not easy to do.
I think that's one
know.
thing that carries over pretty well from Cap, someone that is very good at forechecking. He can always block those shots, even if
Yeah.
he's not typically a defenseman.
A little sloppy in front here for New York. Almost another chance.
Hey, D-Man Jerry. Oh, I thought that went in for a second. Nice shot opportunity. That could have been dangerous right there. Block there.
Interesting thing has sort of happened here tonight is that Mitchell's never really been able to get going, like build up any momentum or confidence in himself. I mean, I feel like in some cases for goalies, it's almost easier when you're getting shots consistently because you can start to get into a rhythm, and he just has not had the chance to do that, and that goes off the
That was a
crossbar
wild
and
shot.
out. Oh man. Bounces are not going favorably for New York here tonight.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see the pressure starting to build for New York. I mean, it's still only a 2-0 lead, but I think they're definitely wanting to end the series in this game and not have to play another one.
Yeah, for sure. But they don't strike me as the type of team that's gonna break under the pressure of this.
See, Nashville's starting to get their swag on in this game. They're starting to make the plays we're used to them seeing.
Yep, they got 5 minutes to preserve this lead now, but as we all are aware with this game, all it takes is one bad bounce and all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game and who knows what happens from there. So
Oh, that was almost an incredible pass. Just unfortunately flips over TB's stick. Uh-oh. Oh, that was clutch
Wow.
to get a piece of that puck. Otherwise, that would have been like a breakaway. Just barely unable to receive that one.
bring back Austin.
That's, I
That-
mean,
Oh,
it's got to be in the back of Meatsail's head, I would think, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, Austin did play a good amount of time this season because New York had plenty of attendance
yeah.
issues the whole way through. But
Who would you pull though? Would you pull Cap or Taser?
my guess would be if you were gonna pull anybody, it would be Cap, just because of Taser's reputation and his
Yeah.
pedigree. So, but
But
I
in terms
don't
of
know.
performance, I mean, I don't think either Taser or Cap has necessarily played poorly, at
No,
least
not at all.
tonight. So
I mean,
I'm
they
assuming they won't make a change, but I'm, it's something they have to think about if they end up losing this game.
it'll be
Yeah,
interesting to
still,
see if they sort of try to pull something like that out of desperation, because I know Mitzel's not really afraid to take some risks like that. So
I think Mito potentially gives them. I mean, Austin gives them more offense. If I don't know, that's not a position I would want to be in as the GM. Yeah,
oof,
misses that one.
bad miss by him, but thankfully it shouldn't turn into anything negative for New York other than a loss of possession there, as he'll
So
just dumps it back in.
Oh man, that could have been really dangerous there. DMB was able to get past them. Been wide open for a shot. In the corner. Sam, almost gets it on net. 2:45 to play. New York's gotta start taking some risks soon here. They have actually Cap now up for checking TV, sitting on the boards, but they go back to Taser.
Mitzel has not been hesitant to pull himself at all
Yeah.
throughout these playoffs, so we're all aware he likes to play the puck a lot, so I would
Oh,
not
yeah.
be surprised if we get under 2 minutes here to see him pull himself to try to generate something, see if they could at least get one goal on the board.
I mean, I'm not against that if you're capable of actually handling the puck, and I think Meatsail for the most part is. But like back last season when you had Gabe as your goalie, that's a example of where I would. Oh! The post, I think. Damn.
Yeah.
DMB almost sneaks in there, and Barry's had another opportunity here. Shot! Oh!
Oh,
The
no.
post. Oh my god! Oh,
I
and
think
now
that
it's going
was
back the other way. Meatsail smart comes out. That could have been a breakaway.
I think that was a post followed by a save there on
Yeah.
Q on the rebound. So I mean
Oh
that
man,
brings New York up to 2 shots on the game
that's
on net.
crazy.
So just something to
Oh,
think about.
oh,
Oh man.
big block by Sam. Sam's having a really good night so far tonight. That shot goes wide.
They showed up to play for sure.
Oof. DB trying to do his trickery, but yeah, hits off the back of the post. It looks like.
I think Kiwi got a stick in there and knocked it
Yeah,
away from him
maybe.
actually.
DB starting to try and work his magic in the offensive zone. They need something to start generating offense. Nice attempt there, but unable to connect.
No confusion about who's going for this.
Yeah.
TV finally
The three
steps up,
guys.
but a little bit too late, I think.
And Meat does a great job there of coming out and pressuring that. If he just sits in his net,
He's got room to
probably
skate
easily had
if he
enough.
chooses to.
Oh, and go too far. Oh!
Oh!
Meat's got to come out here.
35
Probably trying to take a
seconds.
shot. Yeah.
DMB and TB both crashing on the puck there. If one of the two of them is back out in front with some space to work with, that might be a goal.
Damn. And so this is looking like we're going to game 7.
Yeah.
I don't think a team's ever blown a 3-1 lead before.
No, never before.
not in the last year or so.
Oh, how fitting would that be for New York to come back from 3-1 and then
The
blow it?
Literally Golden State,
them.
yeah.
Oh man.
Well, New York just needs to not. I mean, it's easier said
Well,
than done,
they've
but they
scored
just
one
can't
goal in
get
the last
tilted at
2
this
games,
point.
right?
That
Yeah.
that might be the
That's-
lowest shot total for any game that I've ever seen. We had 2 shots for each team.
And
TV
I'm not
came up
sure.
with 2 clutch saves, and unfortunately, Meat just didn't that time around.
I mean, what do you think it is that Nashville's doing? Oh wow, they just jump right in. That is, I don't know, kind of bold. They don't want to wait around. They don't even consider making a lineup change. I guess you've gotten this far with the lineup. Except I
Gotta
guess Austin
swap
was
the
part of
jerseys
that.
real quick. So
That was really just stifling pressure from Nashville. Like, they had so many blocks and so many.
Yeah,
But at the same time, New York had so many shots off the post. They just
yeah.
need to chalk that
But-
up to bad luck and try to reset.
like the first period, DMB had that one he shot off the crossbar, which I mean it's a completely different game if you go into the second up 1-0. I mean it's not like they didn't have any chances, but Nashville is obviously doing much better today at defending New York in general.
but yeah, New York, I mean, ever since really the first period of game 5 here, they just have not been able to generate any offense at all.
And I mean even in game 5,
They have
they
2
didn't.
shots in the last
Yeah, I
five and
mean
a
they
half
had a lot of
periods.
puck possession and they're in the offensive zone, but they weren't really shooting much.
Yeah.
And then against a guy like Kiwi, where he saves basically 70% of his shots, if you're not generating a lot of shots, you're not going to score a lot of goals, even if they're high quality chances, because capable of making saves on breakaways and shit like that. So they gotta. I don't know if it's the defense who have to just start putting some long shots on net. Because I know Taser in the first series at least was successful doing that, but you gotta adjust something a
I mean,
little
the
bit.
first 2 games, New York was piling on the shots, and
Yeah.
even in the second games, games 3 and 4, New York, I mean, they weren't anywhere near as dominant as they were in game 1, especially. But still, they definitely controlled the game there. And now here, I mean, like I said, last 5.5 periods, they have 2 shots on net, which were 2 stellar saves from Kiwi or Don Cherry, I guess. But nonetheless, they have to find a way to get more pucks towards the net here, and whether that's Taze and Cap with long shots, who have actually both been fairly successful with at least getting it on net and creating rebounds for their teammates, or whether that's DMB and TB finding a way to forecheck and generate more turnovers, because they seem to have been unable to do that so far. That's something that I think Guy spoke to as well. A lot of it falling on Zam not getting caught under the pressure of DMB in his own zone and causing turnovers going the other way for quality scoring chances. And it seems like they've avoided that so far. And it's gotten them to game 7.
Game 7 experience. We know Crab won season 10 in game 7. I don't know if any of these other players have really been in. I'm sure Taser's been in, and probably Cap's. Oh, well, Cap was on Boston season 10.
Yeah, they've both been through their fair share of game 7s throughout their careers. So again,
Also, interesting. Every series in these playoffs has gone to Game 7.
Oh,
yeah, this is, I think, the first time that's ever happened.
It almost happened season 10, right? Didn't one series go like 6 games or something like that?
Yeah, I think Toronto and Edmonton, the first round, went 6 games, I
So,
believe.
regardless of anything else, at least these playoffs have been interesting at the very least. I don't think many people would have had New York in the finals going into the playoffs, let alone playing in a game 7. So It's off to them for even getting this far, and we'll see if they can finish the deal.
Looks like the teams are chirping each other a little bit here in the chat.
I mean, they've got to be, say what you want, they've got to be a little on edge, everyone playing
Oh,
in
I'm
this
sure.
game, knowing
Well, I mean,
what it
this
means.
is the way that you think about it is, I mean, this is one game for the last almost 3 months of your
Yeah.
life.
Played, what, like 30, 40 games this season, and this is basically the only
Yep.
one that will end up
25
mattering.
regular season games followed by 13 playoff games for each of these teams. So it's been 38 games, and the only one that's going to matter is their 39th.
These next 15 minutes of play.
Yep. That's
no
it.
pressure. Uh-oh, it looks like Nashville's about to forfeit.
No, they have time. They have till 8:20. And then they still get 5 from
I
here.
think this
So
is smart of Nashville. I think they don't want to. They don't want to be too high off of winning the last 2 games, and I think they're kind of icing New York right here, letting them think about it, think about losing a 3-1 lead. So I don't know. This could be some mind games from the GM, but here we go. Like we're ready.
and what will be the last game of season 13 of the LHL?
I mean, I feel like the goalie matchup is kind of the one that's the most interesting since they're having so few shots and so few goals the last 2 games.
Well,
I
yeah,
could
and
easily
the
see this being a
shots,
1-goal game difference. So
all 4 shots in the last game were very high quality scoring chances
yeah,
too. So it's tough to
and like you
ask your
said,
goalies to save even one
yeah,
of those, let alone both. So
and the goalies aren't having a ton of easy shots like build their confidence or whatever. I imagine it's very tough to stay focused and confident when
yep.
the only shot you see is like a breakaway or a one-timer. So
A good person to ask about that would probably be Fat Scroll actually after season 10, where I mean he was facing like 10 to 11 shots every game, and I'd imagine that probably really helped him get into it as the game went on because he was constantly facing pressure. It really kept him focused and ready to go anytime a shot came on net, which was almost once a minute for that team. So, but here we are, Nashville on red, New York on blue. 15 minutes for the last 3 months of their lives. Which way is it gonna go, BG?
I mean, I'm kind of siding towards Nashville just based off what I've seen tonight, but oh, here we go. Opportunity for Taser shot. Oh, almost.
All right, what about you, Guy?
I'm gonna say New York. I'm gonna say 3-1 lead, just a number.
There's no curse, I swear. Well, I mean, I gotta feel like DMB after how he went out the last season he played on that Toronto team that was so dominant in the regular season, and then they just got swept out of the playoffs, kind of surprisingly. I'm
I
sure
mean, they got spanked, really.
yeah,
Is what
I mean, they
happened.
just got demolished. Nobody really expected that, and so I gotta imagine he's kind of wanna. And then I think 2 seasons before, weren't they up? Didn't they have like a 3-1 lead that they blew or something? I don't know. I feel like he wants to prove that he's clutch in these situations. So I'm.
Oh, no!
Oh my God! Tony.
Wow.
That
And
was
another
just.
kind of just redirection because
Oh,
he
that's a
just
puck.
forced that off someone's stick and it went in.
Oh no.
If
And
New York weren't tilted already, that's
yeah,
it right there.
that's a tilting goal.
Oh,
Might have to change my
man.
prediction.
I mean, they gotta regroup quickly. I mean, there's so much time left. You can't
I need a goal now.
I mean, that's a tough goal to let up because I mean, clearly some bullshit that went on there, but can't let
Holy
it get to
shit.
you. And this could be dangerous here. Defense are flat-footed. Oh, he beats one man. He's got an opportunity. He shoots. Oh, right corner. Tony Flo carrying the team right now. What is going
Holy
on?
shit.
Tony just burned two guys and just ripped the Gino. Bottom right, now opportunity for Crab. Oh, unable to get past him, but pressure is mounting for New York as they're seeing this 3-1 lead just vanish. This is getting
Not
pretty
again.
Nashville with 4 goals in their last 4 shots.
That's
New York has
insane.
not had a shot in over 2 full games
Tony,
now.
oh, that was Crab, but that was a close one there. Nashville just not letting up the pressure right now. I mean, it's good that Mitzel got a touch on that one after some bullshit earlier, at least that first goal. The second one was just a nasty
Great
shot by
move,
Tony.
yeah. Great move, great shot, and some questionable defense there.
Oh,
Defenseman
yeah, I
didn't
mean, they're
respect his momentum at all
just,
there.
yeah, I agree.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh,
Oh!
man.
Oh, they're
They
feeling
gotta
it
get it
now.
out of here. They're
Yeah.
struggling
They're
deeply.
feeling
And
it.
I think at this point you have to consider putting in Austin in the second period. I mean, both
What else
those
do you
goals
do?
I think were breakdowns on defense. Oh my! Oh,
no.
this is
Oh,
getting a little
boy.
scary from New York here. I would probably consider taking a timeout too if I were Meat.
They need to
Great
stop
Nice
move there,
move
though.
here. Oh, opportunity on his forehand. Oh,
Oh,
big
man.
save. I don't know if that would have gone wide, but looks like it was probably going to be on net. And the centering opportunity. Oh!
Oh, no.
They both missed it. What a great pass by Taser, but here we go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
they keep hitting the post.
They are just. Oh!
Oh!
I don't even know what to say.
Oh my god.
You guys can say this isn't a team that's going to be susceptible to nerves,
Well,
but
yeah, I might
the last 2 games, there's been a lot of shots that I think they normally put in that tonight it's like there's a force field in front of that net. Lord
I mean,
Kiwi.
We all know how it is. Sometimes
Oh!
just
Pizza.
the
Oof.
sometimes just the bounces don't go your way
Yeah.
and you just have an off night, and the unfortunate thing is an off night for either team here
Yeah.
means you don't win the cup.
Oh,
So,
almost opportunity there.
It's just something they gotta get over. They can't have an off
It's
night.
still,
They gotta.
I mean, it's still only 2 goals, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time.
Oh!
oh,
They're clearly getting chances.
Yeah,
They
New
just
York's
need to
finally.
bury some of
Oh!
them.
New York's finally starting to generate some offense, but here we go. Crab might have a chance here. Too late. But yeah, I mean, after
through all of that though, New York had 1 shot on net in that period, and that was it. I mean, all
that's
of those like near misses and posts, they had only got 1 shot on net.
I mean, that is crazy. I don't know how New York didn't come away with at least 1 goal there, but here we go. Kiwi clears it off the middle of the ice. Nice
HQM
job
is
by
a cruel
Cap, but
mistress.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Double hit it.
Grab on his backhand, takes a shot. Oh, it was wide. Another shot. Oh, denied by Mitzel. Good save.
Oh,
Able to break that up.
good awareness there.
Gets it over to Taser. He's got room to take a shot here. Does, but not much.
Interesting to note, there were no lineup changes at all for either team, and New York also did not call a timeout, which I think was a bit of an oversight on their part there.
I mean, maybe they're saving it, or they just seem like a team that doesn't really want to sit and like think about it. I mean, they just like jumped onto the ice after the second game tonight and were ready to play. So maybe
I don't even know if it's sitting thinking about it as much as it's being able to find a way to just put the bad bounces behind you and
Yeah.
just keep playing.
I mean, I agree. I think the timeout would have made sense. They did. I think after like maybe with 2 minutes left to play, New York started to generate some offense at the end of that period. So maybe and a chance here that goes just wide. Maybe they just wanted to ride that momentum into this period. But
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's got Crab trailing him there.
nice shot though. Oh!
Oh.
Did that get tipped wide or?
I think it was going wide. TV was trying to get it on that.
Yeah.
Nice
Would have been a
opportunity
filthy
here.
goal if he was able to get that.
This it does, but it's blocked. Nice defense there by
Oh,
Zam.
that
Oh
was
no! And it
risky.
bounces in front. Oh!
Oh, and another post. Oh my
Unreal.
goodness.
Oh, and
You
Oh,
got a
that was.
feel for New York at this
I
point. I
know
mean, this is
it's
just
crazy because like
It's
they're
it's
all
because I
pretty
said they would
hard
win. I
shots and
cursed
shit.
them.
It's just they're barely going wide. Oh man. Oh, that could have been dangerous right there.
it looks like it might still be. DMB comes out with it.
Take that back, but he's struggling with it. Good forecheck by Tony. Oh, centering pass. Oh,
Oh,
crab. Man,
Crab
that was a
hesitated a little
missed
bit there.
opportunity. That could
Yeah.
have been the dagger right there, going up 3-0. Tony made a fantastic play to force the turnover on DMB and centered it. Tony playing a really good game 7 right here.
Oh yeah, he's been excellent.
I mean, putting his name out there, if they do end up winning this, he might have my playoff MVP vote, but
He's
too
certainly
early to
worthy of the
say. I mean,
nomination.
he's got to be in the conversation, especially with the way he's played this game. And
Oh yeah.
I recall he played pretty well in our game 7 too. So still plenty of time though. And here we go.
TB.
TB makes some nice moves on his forehand, takes a shot off the
Oh my
and it's-
god!
Oh my-
What do you even say at this point?
I mean, I don't want to say
Make it
that
stop.
type of shit though happened when he was on our team pretty often, and like. I mean, it was such a great shot. It's just a tiny bit too high. He made everything right. That's going to be so frustrating for New York because they could easily have 2 or 3 goals right now in this game. But at the same time, you got to feel good that you're getting
The
these
frustrating
chances.
thing is they're not even making it so Kiwi has to make a save.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You have to at least force the goalie to beat you. And right now, New York's just not doing that. But DMB, almost gets it centered to TB. Unable to. It's broken up nicely by Nashville. And here we go. Opportunity here for Tony. Blue line takes a shot, and that's going to go wide right. Good defense there by Taser to cut him off. A little bit of downtime as that gets sent up the ice. TV unable to receive it, but it still goes on net. That would be pretty funny if that one went in. But 38 seconds left in the second period. 2-goal lead for Nashville and on net. Nope.
wide.
So how many shots do you think you have for New York right now?
I've got them at 3 at the moment.
And it feels like they've had like 10.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that was almost another goal by Tony, which then almost turned into an assist.
I think he was trying to center that
Yeah.
to Crab there, and Meat blocked it away.
Yeah, very close one there for Nashville. And again, I think this next goal could really be the game winner.
If
almost.
there is a next one at this point, right? I mean,
if New York scores it, oh man, 5 minutes left, 2-goal lead for Nashville, looking to overcome a 3-1 deficit and win the series in Game 7. Fucking Crab trying to get.
They can't. I mean, it's the same thing I've been saying, but they just can't let it get to them. They can't blame the game. They can't overthink it. It's the same game they've been playing all season.
Nice job by Cap.
Keep doing what they're doing.
it's just so much harder said than done at this point. I mean,
Especially
you've
with all
lost.
those crazy ass like shots and bounces. Yeah. It's gotta be frustrating.
You've lost 2 games in a row. You spent 6
Oh
periods
my
unable to get a shot on net, and now they've had an explosion of pressure, but just 3 shots to show for it.
I mean, Nashville's still getting their chances too, but not nearly as much as they did in the first period.
Yeah.
That shot gets sailed way wide.
Interesting to note here is that DMB is the only one to have shots on net so far, other than Taze, who has 1.
That is for all 3 games tonight, or?
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. Not a sustainable way to win games, to be honest.
Yeah.
That gets sent over to DMB. He's got TV streaking. Oh, nice receive. Gets it back to Taser. Tips it up. Looking to take a shot, potentially. And he just loses it. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play.
New York's really going to have to grind these goals out here.
Yeah, I think they need to just get a dirty goal almost. Take some shots from the neutral zone and try and crash and get a rebound.
You gotta think they're gonna get a bounce in their favor here at some point.
I would think so. I mean, they're doing enough to earn a goal, and they just haven't been fortunate enough so far to get one. They're running out of time, though, unfortunately. As 3 minutes remain, a nice pass over to DMB. He's got a drop pass opportunity, but he gets it taken away by Zam. Zam calmly skates it behind his net. Now he's got a lot of room. No forecheck at all as TB just turns back and Zam gets a shot on net. Big save by Mitzel, but it's nicely cleared away. That's not great forechecking there as DMB or TB with it. Backhand shot. Didn't really
Oh,
get much on
TV.
it. Yeah, just kind of rolled off the heel of his stick there. So he picks it up, drops it behind to DMB. DMB should be the first one here, but a lot of pressure on him. Oh! Shot over to Taser. Tries to center it. Oh!
There
Oh,
we
and he
go.
gets it.
All right, I feel better for New
Man.
York now. At least they scored one. That was a fantastic pass by Taser. They needed that so badly. Here we go. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to play. 2-1 lead for Nashville.
Think we
Both
could
teams
see
are playing
OT
well
here?
still.
I'd like this to go to OT. I
That
think
would be
it
insane.
deserves to.
It's getting pretty intense so far. Nice defense there by Cap to force it over, and DMB tries to get it. Oh, that goes just wide. Shot by Crab. Tony tries to center it. Good block by Taser. Detail comes out and plays it around. Up by Caps. Tries to get up to DMB, but that's picked off. Dangerous here. Zam now has a lot of room. Tries to make a move, but good angle there by Taser to neutralize that opportunity. As that gets sent off the back of the net. Tony now trying to center it. It's getting this is where Nashville is dangerous. Now Taser has some room. Pass up to DMB. Nice pass. DMB. He has a man to pass to. He takes it.
Oh.
It's tied game.
Oh my
And now,
god.
do you think Zam should call a timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout.
Yeah, there it is.
Are you admin? All right. Well, we'll
Yeah.
just
I just
set it
paused
to
it.
125.
We're good. We're good.
It was in time. Why are they freaking
That was a
out?
legit timeout. That was a
Yeah.
legit
Right.
timeout. They called it during the time. Don't worry about them. Just reset the clock back to 125. It was a legit timeout.
All right. So is anyone keeping track of the minute right now?
I believe it was 125.
125, yeah.
Right, so say like 7:38ish on the. Damn, this game got real interesting. Does DMV have both goals in this one? And I think they're both assisted by Taser.
Guy, can you set
And-
the clock to 125?
Yep.
I think it's
And the-
set space clock space 1:25. To do it. There you go. What were you gonna say?
I mean, the two guys you would expect to have to step up on New York, Taser and DMB, doing just that, and Mitzel also. Mitzel hasn't had to make a ton of saves, but he's played the puck well and kind of prevented or like misdirected potential centering passes and shit like that. So, kind of the veterans of New York stepping up in this game 7 to keep it.
Well, and the most
Game.
impressive. Oh man.
And I was-
Uh-oh.
DMB.
Damn.
Oh. And I think that was going wide, but Kiwi did get a piece of it as this gets sent up to Crab. Cap misses him. Crab has a chance here. He could take the shot on his forehand.
Oh, and it's off the
sitting there.
post.
Oh, good clear by I'm not sure who that was. TV maybe. He makes some moves. That's dangerous. Oh man, that was very dangerous. But he gets it up to DMB, and Zam's kind of got no speed. A chance here for TV.
Oh, what a block.
Big block by teammate Jerry. This is getting real uncomfortable. With 35 seconds left. Cap with it. Got it on his backhand. Waits a little bit too long. Zam's going to jump this. He could take a shot, but good play by Taser to break that up.
Yeah,
Dangerous. Zam's done a very nice job of collecting those passes that have been sent too softly. Just unable to kind of capitalize as now Cap Tries to take a shot and it goes wide. 10 seconds left. The DMB spins shot, goes wide. Oh, almost had it on Taser. Now Crab, 5 seconds
One last
remaining.
chance.
Cap's
Here
gotta
we
get a
go.
stick there.
Backhand shot. Oh,
Oh,
what a clutch
Huge
Pizza with a
save.
huge save.
Oh my god. That would have been a crazy way to end the third
Wow.
period. This is OT
Oh
game
my
7.
god.
I'm not sure how much closer
I
these.
don't know if we've ever had a Game 7 OT before. In
I
the
think
finals,
Monty
anyway.
asked about it last season. And I don't think
Yeah.
there has been one. Now we officially have our first
TB.
Game 7 OT, and right off the face-off shot. Oh, TB starting to get some opportunities towards the end of that last period, and he's got it again here. Takes his time, letting the play develop. Spin shot!
Oh!
And that's it.
That's the cup
Oh
for New
my
York.
God.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
TB
what a
after all those
fucking
shots
play
off
by
the post.
TB.
What a shot. Oh
Holy
my god.
shit. That was quite the series.
Wow.
Damn. New York down 2 goals with what, like 2 minutes remaining before they got their first one? Oh man. Should we pull one of the New York players up here? Mito maybe?
Uh,
Holy shit.
we can, but I would, just it might not be the best idea. I think it's gonna be a bit of a assault fest at the moment.
Why?
So,
They won.
yeah, but I don't know if you've read the chat.
Oh no, I didn't really.
Yeah, so it might be better to just leave that one alone.
Alright, well, damn.
Still, that's
Hell of
insane.
a
I mean,
season. So 4 seed. So we had first time ever a 4 seed win the cup, and the first time ever we've had OT in a finals game, a very short OT. And then every single series in the playoffs went to 7 games. So hell of a season, I'd say. At least the postseason, full of exciting moments. Um, Great to see the team that finished not so great in the regular season. I mean, even down the stretch, I wouldn't say they were playing their best hockey. Turned it on out of nowhere in the playoffs, upset Boston, who was, I think, a lot of people's favorites, and then upsets Nashville, which was probably everyone else's favorites behind Boston. So,
yeah,
I mean, they fucking earned this one.
for sure. And I mean, the mental fortitude to actually come
Yeah.
back
Especially with
with,
all those bounces and everything.
oh yeah. I mean, they had every excuse.
DMB kind of proved how clutch and valuable player he was. Same with Taser and TV. Every single one on New York. And even, I mean, it sucks for Nashville because Tony played a really great game, especially the first period. And Crab at the end of that third period almost won the game, but Meatsail with such a clutch save. It's hard to pick a playoff MVP thinking about it
I,
because so
I
many
think for New
people.
York, I mean, TB stepped up really well for them, and I know everyone on their team played well, really.
Think Meatsail
But
or DMB.
I think it's DMB. I think what DMB was able to give them when he was there was just incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
he was instrumental to almost all of their goals, even the ones he wasn't getting points on. He was helping to generate the play in some way and would probably have gotten a secondary assist on most of them. So I think it's got to be him. I mean, he
Yeah.
put up an incredible
I
series, and
mean, I heard Meatsail played incredible in the first series. I'll be honest, I didn't watch like any of the Boston
he
and
did.
New York
DMB did
series.
too, though. DMB did
Yeah.
too, and that was something that a lot of people sort of slept on because Mitso was making some really clutch saves. But DMB came in huge for them when he
One
showed up.
DMB finally decided to play some defense, and he was actually passing a lot. I mean, he was setting up his teammates for great opportunities. So he definitely, I mean, like I said, I could see so many people getting the vote, but I'd say certainly is one of the most deserving of all those people. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
New
think
season,
that's where my vote's gonna go.
new season's gonna
DMB.
be what starts April 2nd,
Yep.
April Fool's Day, sort of.
Yeah, it's
Like,
the Sunday after April Fool's Day. We
uh,
got just under 2 weeks now. So, and for those who are watching, player
And
signups are out and GM signups are out. So if you're interested in being a GM, you can go ahead and find that. I think the RSL GM signups are out too.
I
So
mean, hats off to Meatzel for not ending up making any lineup changes and just sticking to his guns. I could see just kind of panicking and trying to change something up, but stuck with what got him there and was rewarded for it. So congrats to everyone on New York and Nashville. Tough way to go out, but man, they fucking battled back and really pushed New York to the edge. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I thought Nashville had that one wrapped up, but especially with the way it just seemed like they had all the luck on their side in, tonight at least. But
Just for TV to get that game-winning goal
that
after
one,
it seemed like he hit the post like
he was
5
so
times. That
yeah,
was
true.
insane.
well,
He
like
And
was
what
so
a
DMB was
shot
patient on
too.
that.
DMB was ripping him off the post all game too, and for him to get
Yeah.
the final two tying goals there at the end.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna head out. We'll probably be posting the award thing tonight. I would think we just gotta get the GM votes for playoff MVP, but check the subreddit, sign up. Signups are already out. Same with GM sign up. Get on
Yeah.
that shit.
Well, thanks to everybody who tuned in, everybody who played this season and made it as great as it was. I mean, I think in the long run, this was actually one of the better seasons we've had.
Yeah,
Seemed like
I
it
mean,
was
I feel like we kind of hit a maybe a mid-season slump when Boston and Nashville just seemed like the only teams that had any chance. But towards the end of the season, I think it really started gap between all the teams really closed. I mean, even the last two place teams were in every single game they played down the line, so really balanced season overall, I would say. Very exciting finish too, so I'm happy. Hope everyone else had a good time and got another season coming up.
yeah, and we will hopefully see most of you then.
When's your next podcast, Al?
Yeah.
Tonight,
Gotta
actually,
have
yeah.
to.
After I
Late
graduate,
night show.
maybe we can talk about that in May or June, but that won't be this season. So unfortunate, but anyway, all right, yeah, I'm gonna close out the stream. So thanks for casting alongside side
It was
PG and
fun.
Guy.
It was
Yeah,
pleasure
that
to
was
watch those
crazy.
games.
All right, well, have a good evening
Too.
and congrats to New York.